Welcome to the deep dive. Today, you've shared with us some really detailed info on the Dell Inspiron 14 2 inches 1 7440 laptop.
Hmm.
We're going to, unpack all of that, sift through the specs, the impressions, to really figure out if this device hits the mark as a versatile, everyday kind of machine.
Right.
The core of what makes this interesting, I think, is this promise. It's meant to be a solid workhorse for productivity, but also something light and adaptable enough to, take anywhere.
Exactly. That's the tightrope walk.
So the big question we're tackling is, how well does Dell actually pull off that tricky balancing act for someone like, well, our listeners?
That's the crucial point, isn't it? You want a device that can keep up with whatever you throw at it, maybe crunching through emails or even doing some light creative stuff.
Yeah.
You also don't want to be lugging around like a brick.
Yeah, definitely not.
So let's see what these sources tell us about how Dell tackled that challenge here.
Okay, let's dive right in. What you'd notice first. The design, how it feels, the info we have suggests a modern, minimalist look, always nice. But maybe more importantly, it emphasizes a robust feel.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's built to handle the daily grind, not just look pretty.
That initial impression of quality is so
Yeah.
important, A device can have amazing specs, but if it feels like cheap or fragile,
Right.
it just undermines your confidence. So the fact that these sources mention both the looks and the solid feel suggests Dell really paid attention to that tactile experience,
Yeah.
day-to-day use.
And the real head turner, obviously, is that two-in-one thing switching between laptop and tablet mode. The material you shared points out how useful this could be for, well, all sorts of tasks. Students juggling notes and research, or professionals needing to present, then quickly jot down feedback. That flexibility seems like a major sell.
Oh, absolutely. Think about the practical side. You're reviewing a document, maybe you want to mark it up directly on screen with a stylus, then flip it back, type out a detailed email response. Or you're brainstorming and you just prefer that hands-on tablet feel. That smooth switch between modes is where a two-in-one can really shine, sort of integrate into how you actually work.
Okay, now let's talk about something you're interacting with constantly. The keyboard. We've got specific notes here on the UK Backlit keyboard, and it sounds like a genuine highlight.
Hey, good. That's crucial.
Comfortable typing, satisfying tactile feel, intuitive layout, all the good stuff. Plus, that backlighting. A lifesaver in dim meeting rooms or, late-night sessions.
A comfy, responsive keyboard is just non-negotiable if you type a lot. That tactile feedback isn't just about feeling good. It helps with accuracy, reduces fatigue over time.
True.
And you're right, backlighting seems like a small thing, but it's so practical if you're not always in perfect lighting. Shows they're thinking about user comfort.
Security is always a concern, and it's good to see a fingerprint reader included. The feedback suggests it makes unlocking quick, hassle-free. Especially handy if you're on the move, need quick access without typing passwords.
Yeah, that's a smart combo of security and convenience.
Yeah.
A fingerprint reader is faster, often more secure than typing passwords, and having it built in just makes the whole experience smoother.
Okay, so despite that sturdy feel, it sounds like Dell managed to keep the weight reasonably low on this Inspiron 14 2-in-1. That's a big win if you plan on carrying it around a lot.
Definitely.
You don't want something weighing you down on your commute or between meetings.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balance, isn't it? Robust build versus manageable weight. Too light might feel flimsy, too heavy, and what's the point of portability?
Exactly.
Sounds like Dell found a decent sweet spot here. Practical for being on the go, but still feels durable.
Right. Now let's shift to what you'll be staring at, the display. It's a 14-inch FHD plus screen, 16:10 aspect ratio. Now that 16:10 is interesting, gives you more vertical space compared to the usual 16:9.
Taller.
The info you provided highlights how that extra height can be really good for working on documents, browsing, less scrolling, more content visible.
Yeah, that move to a taller screen, it's not just about seeing more lines of text. It kind of changes how you interact with stuff. Less constant scrolling means you see more context at once. It can make you more focused, more efficient, whether you're digging through a long report or comparing spreadsheet data.
And it's not just the shape. Sounds like the color reproduction is pretty decent, too. Vibrant, accurate, good for photos, videos.
Yeah, accurate color is definitely important for just a pleasant viewing experience. Editing photos or just watching Netflix makes things look richer, more engaging.
The anti-glare finish also stands out. Nothing worse than trying to work when your screen's just a mirror, right?
Ugh, tell me about it.
This sounds like it would be really helpful in bright offices or maybe even trying to work outside sometimes.
An anti-glare screen is a huge plus for productivity and tricky lighting. Cuts down distractions, reduces eye strain, lets you work longer without feeling like your eyes are going to fall out.
Okay, but while it sounds great for general use, the info suggests it's probably not the top pick for really demanding creative work, like professional color grading or complex visual design.
That's a fair point. It seems like a very good display for everyday stuff, media consumption, general productivity.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's aimed at a broad audience, not necessarily folks with those super specific high-end visual needs.
Gotcha. Okay, let's peek under the hood. It's got an Intel Core i7-150U processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and a big 1 TB SSD. The feedback suggests the setup is a really good balance. Smooth multitasking handles everyday productivity well, even if it's not built for, say, heavy gaming or pro video editing.
Yeah, that Intel i7-150U is a capable chip. Should handle typical workloads just fine. And pairing it with 16 GB of RAM means you can expect smooth performance even with multiple apps open. Essential for staying productive.
And that 1 TB SSD, that's pretty generous. Offers a lot of storage, obviously. But the sources also flag the fast boot times, quick program loading. That responsiveness really makes a difference day to day.
Oh, a fast SSD totally changes the feel of a computer. Near-instant boot-ups, apps launching quickly. It just makes everything feel much more fluid, less waiting around.
Right. Cuts down frustration.
Exactly. And a terabyte of storage is plenty for most people. Keeps your important stuff accessible.
Now, it uses integrated Intel graphics, not a separate graphics card. But the info indicates it's still capable enough for smooth video playback, even some lighter gaming.
Right.
So you won't be playing Cyberpunk on ultra settings, but it should handle your entertainment needs okay.
For sure. Integrated graphics are perfectly fine for the vast majority of everyday tasks, streaming video, casual games.
Okay.
It reinforces that focus. A reliable, efficient machine for general use.
Let's circle back to the keyboard and touchpad. They keep getting good mentions. That UK Backlit keyboard, again, praised for being comfy, responsive, well-spaced keys, decent travel. Crucial if you type a lot.
The keyboard's just such a vital interface, isn't it? Well-designed keys, good travel, satisfying feel. It can seriously cut down errors and make long typing sessions way more comfortable. More productive, too.
And the touchpad. Described as large, smooth glide. Exactly what you want for precise navigation if you don't have a mouse handy.
Yeah, a roomy, smooth touchpad allows for comfortable, accurate cursor control. Really important when you're on the go.
And since it is a 2-in-1, the touchscreen is obviously key. Feedback says it's responsive, makes switching between modes feel natural.
Good. Needs to be.
It even mentions a reliable digitizer, so opens up possibilities for note-taking, maybe some light sketching, adds another layer of versatility.
A responsive touchscreen is critical for a good tablet experience. And yeah, a reliable digitizer makes it genuinely useful for pen input, marking out document sketching ideas.
Software-wise, it comes with Windows 11 Home. Described as user-friendly, secure. The info highlights the streamlined interface, newer features like the centered taskbar, redesigned start menu, modern look, easy to navigate.
Windows 11 offers that contemporary feel, and it's a good ecosystem for work and personal stuff. Plus, its integration with cloud services is increasingly important for accessing files everywhere.
And that fingerprint reader we mentioned gets another nod for security. Quick, secure login without typing passwords.
Yeah, it's a consistent theme. Shows Dell's thinking about both convenience and data security.
The feedback also mentions Dell's own support software and utilities. Can be useful for managing the system, keeping drivers updated, getting support if you need it.
Having those manufacturer tools can be helpful, yeah. Easy access to updates, troubleshooting resources.
Yeah.
Maintains the health of the device.
Okay, battery life, always a big one. The info suggests a decent balance between performance and endurance. Actual time will vary, obviously.
Of course, depends what you're doing.
But most users should probably get through a typical workday on one charge.
That's pretty crucial for a portable device. If it can generally last a full workday of typical use, that makes it practical for people who are away from an outlet for long stretches.
And emphasizing portability again. Slim design, lightweight feel are highlighted. Easy to carry around, commute, coffee shops, just room to room at home.
Yeah, the physical aspect, size, weight directly impact how portable it actually feels. A slim, light design makes it much less of a chore to transport or use in different places.
Finally, connectivity. Seems well equipped. Good selection of ports. USB-C, USB-A, HDMI. Plenty of options for external displays, accessories.
A diverse range of ports is key. Ensures you can easily connect whatever you might need, makes it more versatile in different setups.
The inclusion of a card reader is specifically mentioned too. Valuable for photographers, videographers. Easier media transfer, no extra adapters needed.
That's a thoughtful touch for content creators, definitely. Streamlines the workflow if you're dealing with memory cards often.
And wireless, reliable Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, seamless connection to networks, wireless headphones, mice, etc.
Yep, dependable wireless is just essential now. Got to stay connected, got to use your wireless gear easily.
All right, let's quickly recap. Strengths and potential drawbacks, thinking about, the listener. Pros: versatile, two-in-one design, high quality 16.1 display for productivity and media, solid performance for everyday stuff, comfy keyboard and touchpad, good range of ports.
Right? And the cons, or limitations. Graphics aren't for intense gaming or high-end creative work. Battery life is decent, but might need watching under heavy load. And yeah, if gaming is your main thing, look elsewhere.
So wrapping up, the Dell Inspiron 14 2-in-1 7440 looks like a really capable, well-rounded laptop. Good for a wide range of users who value flexibility and dependability. That 16.10 screen seems like a genuine plus for productivity. And the Core i7 with 16 GB RAM should keep things smooth for most everyday tasks.
It really does seem to hit a compelling balance in that mid-range space. It's not trying to be the absolute best at one single thing, maybe, but it offers a strong, well-integrated package, especially if that two-in-one flexibility is high on your list.
So as you, the listener, reflect on all this, think about what aspect of a two-in-one really appeals to you. How might a feature like that taller 16.10 display genuinely change your daily workflow? This Dell presents a specific set of trade-offs and benefits. What's the single most critical factor in your own tech choices? Something to mull over. Thanks for exploring this deep dive with us.